Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of the Katie Wheeler Accessibility Podcast. My name is Katie Wheeler, and I'm your host for this show. And in today's episode, I wanted to film my journey with my disability cerebral palsy and what that looked like for me, um, and has looked like, because as mentioned in previous episodes of this show, no two people are alike, as the same for no two disabilities are alike. So, um, when I was diagnosed, I was diagnosed at the age of 2, and I assume that I was put into therapies, physical and occupational therapy soon after diagnosis. Um, and I went through uh therapy as from as young as 3 all the way up until, gosh, like even adulthood. But I don't do as much physical therapy and end quote in a clinic as I did, but I do have my own workout routines here at the house just because of life circumstances. Um and the need for uh having my own routines and things. So, with that being said, like, one of the biggest things about having a disability I have felt, and one of the positive things, is that I'm very adaptable. Like, I can adapt to various situations, and I know how to navigate challenges, right? So, because I've mentioned in previous episodes, like, my biggest challenge is getting out of bed in the morning, right? Now, like, for me, it's rather simple. I just sit on the edge of the bed, stand up, grab a edge of my chair, and then walk over to my chair, using my chair and then the edge of my bed, and then, transferring it in, obviously. But for so many other people, that is not an option, right? Um, I consider myself very blessed to have the skills and abilities as well as the equipment that I do here to be as independent as I am. And that's a true testament to my family. They have never ever treated me any less just because of my disability, right? And even in adulthood, like, if somebody treats me with disrespect or like a child, um, you know, I do what I can to, educate them and to help them understand that that's not how I want to be treated. But if they can't follow those recommendations, then I sadly will, you know, um, let them go. And unfortunately, I've had to do that a couple times, but I think that's a true testament to who I am and how far I've come with a disability where, you know, if I can take you back, 37, 38 years, I wasn't supposed to live. So the fact that, you know, I'm able to do as well as I am and I have the cognitive abilities and my speech isn't affected like so many others with CP, I am very blessed, and I'm very blessed to have the skills and the support that I do. Um, and I'm also honored and blessed to have the confidence to transition and move on to the next phase of life in whatever that looks like for me. You know, uh, I don't, I always say, I have all these plans, but then, God has a better plan, and I try to follow him as much as I can. but I don't always make it, but it is what it is. And I want to say a huge thank you to those who have supported me in this journey with a disability, because without you, I don't know where I would be. So that includes friends, family, um, acquaintances, all of you people. If you've made any sort of impact in my life, I really appreciate you. No matter if it's big or small. And so, um, that is another piece of advice that I want to give to anybody that has a disability, regardless of what it is surround yourself with good people, because good people are hard to come by these days. Um, and that can be difficult no matter who you are. But I think finding good people when you have a disability would be those people who see you and not your disability, encourage you to move forward rather than focusing on everything you can't, giving you and helping you find the tools and skills to be successful. Because ultimately, yes, there are tons of things to help those with disabilities out there, but all of that could go bye-bye tomorrow. So what do? Right? We build, we regroup, we persevere, we gain new skills, and we move forward, right? So I think for me, one of the things that someone said to me the other day is, what do you value? And I said, I value friendships. I value relationships. Um, and I value people who will give me the respect and dignity that I deserve as a woman, disability aside for a second. Like, as a woman, I deserve dignity and respect just like everybody else, right? And so I think that is a true testament to the person that I am and the incredible support that I've had over the years. Um, and I'm not afraid to move on to the next chapter of life in a new city with people who have encouraged me along the way and helped me to become who I am today. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions about my specific CP journey, please leave them in the comments um, down below, and I will do whatever I can to answer them. I do want to reiterate that I am not a medical professional, and so I'm just sharing my own individualized experience with CP. So, um, I hope this episode helps somebody out there, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.